Welcome to InselReps USA, and thank you so much for listening to our 10-Minute Tuesdays. This week, we'll be introducing a manufacturer that we represent called MFM Building Products. Please join me in welcoming David Del Coma, the Operations Manager at MFM Building Products. David has been with MFM for 12 years and is based out of Canton, Ohio. So, David, thank you so much for joining our 10-Minute Tuesday.
You're welcome. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. So we're excited to have you to learn a little bit more about MFM Building Products, and along with FlexClad, a product line within your company.
Correct.
So before we kind of dive into that, we'd like to learn a little bit more about yourself. So can you give me a little bit of background on your career and role within MFM?
Sure. My background and how I got to MFM is kind of an interesting story. I worked for an advertising agency for 20 years, and it was an industrial advertising agency. And through different contacts, I ended up being able to pitch MFM Building Products to become their ad agency. Wow. And lo and behold, they went ahead and went with my company. And I did all of MFM's marketing for 2 years. And then it became a point where I was down here basically every week, once a week. So they said, why don't we just hire you and just work with us? So at that time, I was living about an hour and a half away from here. And I'm like, wow, is this going to work? and it worked. It worked. So I came in, and it was always fun to be on both sides of the desk. I was always the one selling, and now I'm the guy in charge. People trying to sell me their services. So that's how I started. I started as product marketing manager. Okay. And then 2 years ago, I was promoted to operations manager. Great. In between, I was the office manager as well, overseeing the entire customer service staff that's here. And now I'm pretty much over top. I got my hands in all aspects of the company. So from manufacturing to sales, working with our independent sales reps. So I do a little bit of everything now. So it's been interesting.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, that's a great background. And are you still doing the hour commute?
It's I cut it down. Well, I had kids in school, and I really couldn't move that much closer, but I managed to cut half an hour off.
Good.
So I live in Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
So the Hall of Fame city. So.
Yeah. No. Great. Yeah. Well, and for those that are watching, you do go to a lot of the conventions as well, and
correct.
So they can see you at those, and so
Sure.
Great.
Sure.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then for those who are viewing and aren't familiar with MFM Building Products, can you give us a little bit of a company background on the company?
Yeah, MFM Building Products was started by Robert Simpson in 1961. Okay. The company started as, it's MFM Building Products. MFM stands for Mineral Fiber Manufacturing. And the company got started, they were saturating felt and using it on underground pipe as a waterproofing barrier. So that's how the company got its founding in 1961. And then since then, we've over the years have evolved this waterproofing technology into all of our products, which we manufacture 32 different products. One of the biggest ones being FlexClad, which we'll talk about. So that's what we do. Everything we manufacture is self-adhering, self-stick products. Everything comes in a roll. In a carton. So we keep it simple here. There's no sheets or anything like that. So in 2017, the Simpson family basically retired. Mr. Simpson and his offspring, who were helping run the company. And in 2017, we became an ESOP company, an employee-owned company, which has been fantastic. So you can see the dedication, the quality workmanship has gone up more than we could have ever thought. So people are now taking a lot of pride, and they can see as the company does well, they do well as well. So it's been fantastic. So that was great.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
It's been around for a while, so
yeah. We're based in Coshocton, Ohio. Don't ask me how to spell that, or it's an Indian term. The word Coshocton is an Indian term, meaning where the rivers cross. There's 3 rivers that cross here in Coshocton. And apparently there's only one Coshocton on the entire planet. Right here in Ohio.
Nice. We will never forget that. We know.
Yes, there you go. That's a tidbit that you didn't think you would learn today.
That's right.
But everything's manufactured right here in Coshocton. So we have a finished goods warehouse that we ship out of, which is a separate facility. But the campus includes all of maintenance, warehousing, manufacturing, sales offices, and all that. So we're in a historic building. It's basically a 4-story brick building that was built in 1912, 1914.
Wow.
Yeah. So so if you go to our website, you can take a look at our corporate building. It's on the National Register of Historical Places.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's fun working here. So
absolutely.
There you go.
Very good. Well, that's definitely helpful for us to understand a little bit about where you guys are located and a little bit of history as well. So nice. Good. So, David, within MFM and FlexClad, what are the top products or products that viewers should really know about your company?
Yeah, FlexClad is one of the 32 products that we manufacture. We set FlexClad up completely separately. We have a different set of independent sales reps that call on the HVAC distributors, that whole network. We have a website dedicated to FlexClad only. And I would say FlexClad, there's basically 2 products. There's FlexClad 250, which is a 25 mil product, and we have FlexClad 400, which is a 45 mil product. Both those products come in aluminum, white, and almond. So those are the top products. Now, overall, in terms of volume that we sell, the aluminum pretty much is the number 1 thing, followed by white, and then followed by almond. We offer the color choices to help blend. It is a jacketing system. It's an exterior waterproofing membrane, so it's not inside. So it's basically the HVAC units that are on top of an industrial building, a commercial application, or piping. So some people like to go with almond if it fits the building's facade. It helps. Basically, what we're doing, we're not only protecting it, we're trying to make it look better as well up there,
right,
on top of the roof. So it just depends on the structure and where you're at. It depends on the colors.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the products, traditionally the 25 mil product is used on the underneath side of the ductwork. It weighs less. It adheres better underneath that ductwork. The 400 is a little bit stronger, thicker, tougher to the elements, which goes on the sides, tops of those ductwork and the pipe. Now, FlexClad, it's interesting. It actually evolved. We manufacture a product called Peon Seal. It has this same aluminum facer that can be left exposed to the elements indefinitely. And I'm trying to think of when this was, probably 3 or 4 years ago. Peon Seal celebrated its 30th anniversary in the marketplace on the building construction side.
Yeah.
Well, we had a very innovative rep in the Northeast United States who thought, I don't see why we couldn't put this on ductwork.
Yeah.
So what we did was we evolved that peel and seal product with a different formula, a little different stickier adhesive because it's going to be applied vertically,
Yeah.
and came up with peel and seal, or came up with FlexClad. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can be left exposed indefinitely. It self seals over any kind of penetration, whether you have to put a vent through it, a weld pin through it, it will seal around that to maintain that waterproof barrier.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, we have some birds that like to pick at it. I think they see their reflection in
Yeah.
it, and this is an enemy, and they're trying
Go
to.
at it. Yeah.
But it is very strong. These birds will not pick through
That's
this.
great. They won't go through. That's
Yeah.
right.
So there's multiple layers of a high density polymer film that's inside there. It's a
Yeah.
cross-linked film that is extremely durable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's meant to withstand hail, ice, sleet, frost, high winds. So it is a fantastic product. It's a growing product.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we've acquired the services of Vinsel reps to help market that product in other parts of the country. So yeah, it's been great. It's a good product. It's very easy to use. You roll it out, you measure it, you peel off the release liner. Anytime you're using a self-stick product, you got to roll the surface. You got to maintain as much contact to the membrane to the surface as possible. Now, on the FlexClad website, we have a full installation video that goes step by step through the instructions of how to install it.
Right.
So we're trying to. There's a FlexClad overview guide on there that discusses the different types of rigid insulation that it can go over top of. So essentially, what you're doing with the ductwork, you're either trying to keep it cold or hot, whatever's going through it.
Absolutely.
Then they'll put this rigid insulation on it.
Yeah.
Now, something needs to protect that insulation. That's where FlexClad comes in. It's a jacketing system. Some people will do the preformed plastic covers, which is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of engineering and customization that goes into that. So FlexClad is the sheet type waterproofing membrane that conforms to all these odd shapes. When it overlaps itself, that overlap is probably 4 times as strong as the membrane by itself. It really sticks to itself well. So, very few complaints in the field. It's been out there 15 years, 20 years now. Yeah. So,
No,
very successful.
Yeah, well, and that's very helpful, David. Great product, and you guys do a good job too, I believe, at marketing your products within your company as well. Obviously, you came from our marketing, and now I know you've moved on to operations.
That's right. That's right. When we have these record sales months, I always say, it's the market.
That's right.
It's nothing to do with the sales guys.
Right. Yeah, no. Well, the product and everything. It's great to hear. So that was definitely very helpful.
Well, one of the things,
really is a no-brainer. They should.
Yeah, true. It is a very simple product, and you can request free samples on the website as well. We'll ship those out in the next business day. Like we always say, to touch and feel it is better than looking at it on a piece of paper. So please go there and request the samples. We're glad to send them out. Absolutely.
Great.
Now, the other thing that we do is we try and educate and provide our independent sales reps with all the information they need to sell.
Right.
So we operate kind of an online cloud service for our sales representatives. So they're always armed with literature and everything that you would need, pricing and all of that. So
absolutely,
we try and cover all the bases here.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So no, that's very helpful, David, on the background and product overview. So great.
Yeah.
Well, and then your targeted customers are I'm assuming the distributors.
Yeah.
And obviously,
MFM we sell through distribution only. So we do not sell direct to the contractor. at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, we work with, the big guys that are out there, the
Mm-hmm.
national distributors that are out there.
Yeah.
So we're in their ordering system. So if a location does not have it, they can quickly order it and we'll get it right out to them. So
Great.
not a problem. And some of these distributors, I mean, we'll drop ship direct to a job site.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's not a problem, and we don't charge extra for that. So we try
Good.
and make it for convenient for the distributor, so
Oh,
he doesn't have to handle it twice.
yeah.
It's a good deal all around. So
Oh, absolutely.
we're we're very easy to work with. I mean, our minimum order is one carton. Now,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Yes, and I had sent one too.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, no, I would agree with that 100%. Very easy to work with. Um, and you guys, David, is it strictly the United States that you are selling to, or is it
We
global?
tech we no we ship around the world.
Yep,
So we
yep,
ship Canada, Mexico, obviously the United States.
yep.
As a matter of fact, we had a huge almond FlexClad project. It was
Wow,
almond FlexClad 250 that was done in the Middle East.
wow, great.
So
Yeah,
we loaded a total of 2 containers,
wow.
put those babies on a boat, and off they
Great.
went. And this gentleman was, and we have never ran across this. He was asking about sand resistance
Hmm.
because of the deserts over there.
Right,
And you
absolutely.
get the sand in the air and it's pelting against FlexClass.
That's right. That's
So we had
right.
to come up with some test reports to make everybody satisfied that this was good to go. But that's
Yeah,
one we had never come up against before.
yeah. No, that makes sense though. That makes
Yeah,
sense. And that's one thing that I think is different, about your product versus say competition is you do have that. Granted, almond is not that popular, but you do have that option. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that fit in perfectly with their building facade on
oh
that
yeah,
structure. So, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, we'll do whatever it takes, you know.
That's great. I love it. I love it. That is great. Well, so David, thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us today?
Oh, I don't know. No, I mean, operator standing by.
Yeah,
we're,
no, I mean, it's a
we're,
great overview, and I think it's definitely very helpful for those who are learning about your company and your products. And I know
right.
your sales reps across the country will also probably be sharing this as well. And
Sure.
um, so we definitely appreciate it. So
Yeah,
thank you so much for joining, and
you're welcome.
you can definitely learn more about the company as David mentioned at the websites below, mfmbp.com. Or if you want more information on the FlexClad in particular, it's the flexclad.com.
Yes, and
So
order those samples. Get the
that's right.
product in, get the product in your customers' hands, and
Yep.
they'll understand. Yeah, we also have. Yeah, I totally forgot to mention we do have those demo units
Oh yeah.
where we have a small section of ductwork with the FlexClad applied to it in the correct manner. So it's the
Mhm.
ductwork, it has the insulation on it, and then how the FlexClad goes over it. So for the distributor, he can order a unit to have on display to
Yeah,
help him educate his customers to
absolutely.
what it is. And like I said, there's nothing better than touch and feel
Yes,
versus a piece of paper. So
absolutely.
yeah. So definitely inquire about that. So those are
Great.
the FlexClad demo units. So
Great. We will
yep,
be sure to ensure that we push those as well. So thank
yes,
you again, David. We definitely
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it. And
Yeah, we
hopefully,
appreciate the opportunity as well.
great. All right. Well, hopefully you can join us on our next one as well. So thank you so much,
Yep.
and have a great day.
Okay, you too. Thank you.